matter who we are. What matters is our plan. You should have respected my authority.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to the Everett Lee Show, a shot of entertainment to the head. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the entertainment.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ELS, the Everett Lee Show. What's happening? All right, let's cut the damn music. Everett Lee here on ELS. You can follow me on the social media contacts at the below on the screen right there, and those listening, you can head over to the official website of the Everett Lee Show, ELS, everettleeshow.weebly.com. You can follow Everett Lee on facebook.com/the Everett Lee. Click that like button and hit the follow notifications when post is posted on the page. Twitter, you can choked up here. You can follow me on Twitter at the Everett _Lee. And you can support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/ELS_DT. Welcome to episode 57, I think. I'm joined none other than the craziest person around. He's known as Mcshaft. What's up, Mcshaft?
Well, hello there, Mr. Everett. Was that Bumblebee? Mr. Everett Bumblebee?
No.
What was your name?
Bumblebee.
I'm just here enjoying a nice, refreshing Monster Energy drink. The only drink that intensifies you like a monster. And what is that you're enjoying over there? Sipping on?
I am enjoying a Coca-Cola Classic.
Oh, there we go. Camera one.
Yep, camera one.
We should test out our cameras. Camera one, camera two. Camera one, camera two. Wait, camera two. You ready? Camera one. Oh, camera two. Woo!
There we go. Camera three, right there.
Oh, look at that. I got both of us on there.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
I love our new background.
Yeah. And it has to do with what we're going to be talking about on this podcast.
Cows?
Something, well, I thought it was nice for the conversation and the debate that we're going to be talking about because we have 2 different views on this. First off, on top of the list, we're going to be talking about this past week with wrestling, man. A lot of stuff happened this week for wrestling, starting on Saturday,
I wrestled with
Monday,
myself plenty
Tuesday,
of time.
and then a Wednesday. We're talking about, we started with Saturday with NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3, followed Sunday by SummerSlam, and then a little bit what happened on the fallout from SummerSlam on Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown Live. Then we had NXT on the WWE Network last night, the fallout from Saturday night's NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. Also, we're going to talk about the episode that we saw this week, Being Elite. Talk about that.
Yeah.
And what the hell is up with that eclipse? That's why on the background, viewers viewing this podcast right here with the alien. Was it an alien or was it the space station? Excuse me. We'll get into that. Me and Mcshaft have 2 different points of view on that.
And Friday night, I wrestled with my ever so popular enthusiastic addiction to alcohol. Needless to say, I lost that round. Put me in a sleeper hold, and I was out. Saturday night, I wrestled with it too. Guess what? Captain got the best of me. I am an enthusiast.
Damn. Well, also, you told me that you watched a movie that I watched that I want to talk about a little bit because it happened. What happened?
Titanic. That's what happened. That happened a long time
I didn't
ago.
run into an iceberg and I didn't sink. Talking about the movie The Founder.
Ooh, the flounder. Good fish. Good fish. I like some tartar sauce on it.
I do too. You watched
The
The Founder?
Okay.
I watched
Founder.
it. Starred
Gotcha.
Michael Keaton. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to close the episode with Game of Thrones. A little bit of that.
Fun fact, did you know that flounders, they're actually, because they're so flat, both their eyes are on one side of their head, just to let you know. In case you want flounder.
I did not know that.
Yeah. In case you want flounder.
That, man.
I mean, it's good fish. Good fish.
You read a lot about fish?
Nah, I like eating it. It's good fish. You ever had flounder?
Yes.
It's good fish. It's a good fish. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you prefer cocktail sauce or tartar sauce?
Tartar sauce.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now let me ask you this. Hey, and here's a survey for all of our listeners. Do you prefer ketchup on your French fries or on the side to dip them in?
God.
So
You start that.
throw a comment on our Facebook page here. After you hear this, let us know your preference for ketchup and French fries, on top or on the side.
I'll put that on the Facebook page, and I will put a poll up on Twitter at the Everett Lore Score Lee. I'll put that up on there, man.
We just want to know. I mean, why not? Right?
Just want to know.
What's your preference?
Yes. What is your preference on
I like
that?
mine on top.
But I'll tell you what, one preference I do like is ELS merchandise and Chris Carnage merchandise.
Yeah.
That's right.
Can we get the promo here for it?
Yep, this
There
is
it
the promo.
Look at that.
Starting this Friday, August 25th, you can save 15% off on ELS and Chris Carnage merchandise you can see on the screen. And listeners, 15% off all the way through August 25th until next week. Be sure to use the promo code when you order 0817TS to save 15% off on ELS merchandise. There's t-shirts and Chris Carnage t-shirts. Head over to everettleeshow.weebly.com. Click on the merch tab. Click on a t-shirt. Order a t-shirt and save 15% off by using the promo code
0817 T as in titty, S as in soda. Titty soda.
That's right. Be sure to pick up ELS merchandise. Pretty soon there's going to be the new t-shirt we're working on right now as I'm talking about it with the new logo. But these right here are pretty damn good. Be sure to pick yours up starting Friday and save 15% off on ELS merchandise. Be sure to do that. And if you enjoy listening to this podcast so far, you can listen to it on Libsyn at everettleeshow.libsyn.com. Stitcher Radio features the Everett Lee Show. Download that app for your smartphone and tablet. Or if you're on the computer, head over to stitcher.com/podcast/Everett Lee Show. iTunes. Everett Lee Show is featured on iTunes. Upload the latest episode of ELS on iTunes on your smartphone or on your computer.
And if you want to follow Mcshaft on Instagram,
that's right.
Search the name Superkick Party 87. SUPERKICK PARTY 87. Superkick Party 87. That's my Instagram. Follow me. I throw some interesting pictures up there. Give me some likes. You can see me with a beard.
Also, you know what? Since you're bringing it up, Mcshaft, you've been working on music. You've gotten back into that lately. Tell me a little bit about that.
My work in music so far, I haven't really done anything. I'm kind of helping a friend of mine out. He's some he just moved over here from Japan, and he was needing help trying to promote some of his stuff. So I had him, send me a couple tracks, which I let you hear. And I'm hoping soon maybe we can even get him on the show here and kind of do an interview. He goes by the name Katana Blade. Pretty cool guy. So I'm kind of just helping push his material and stuff, and working on a website for him. I think we made some stuff on SoundCloud that you can hear some of the music on. Working on like a Facebook page and stuff for him and everything, because he's not really too like tech savvy, so he's not really sure how to like make all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm helping him out.
That's awesome. That is. I can't wait to get him on the podcast so we can talk to him. One thing I do want to talk about, let's kick this right off, man. I want to pull up the logo here. I like to have some logos, some reference to what we're talking about. Let's talking about NXT Takeover Brooklyn.
Ooh.
Saturday night. That started off. That's right. Let me get the logos up. This is what we're talking about right here. NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. Mcshaft, the last 2 years with NXT Takeover in Brooklyn have been fantastic. We've seen some really good matches and a really good card. We've seen matches in the past 2 years, such as Finn Balor and Kevin Owens in a ladder match.
Yep.
We've seen Bayley and Sasha Banks battle and about to destroy each other for the NXT Women's Championship.
I prefer Carlton Banks or his brother or her brother. So I mean, but, yeah.
But we've seen a lot with Brooklyn, the pay-per-view.
Yep.
This year was promising like the last 2 years. The match, the card, they had 5 solid good matches, man, and it was great, especially with the kickoff match that started it off. You had Johnny Wrestling.
Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling versus some Hispanic guy. I can't say his name. But
Sierra.
Sienna.
Sienna. All I got to say
good match.
Match. Yeah, really good match.
Need to change his name, though. Something that we can pronounce. I mean,
he probably will. They probably will. The day he heads up to the main roster, like they did Eliza Sampson.
I think a good name would be like Ricardo Rodriguez. That'd be a good name.
Damn! Oh, my God.
I'm saying it's something simple that we can say.
I get it. But he was out there with his valet. I guess that's what you'd call it, manager.
Yeah, I don't even know what her name is either. It's like
I forget.
Maria or something, or
no, not Maria.
Josita or
Juanita. We're killing this, man.
Juanita. I don't know.
We'll just move forward in this match.
I swear I saw her the other day down the street. I think she was like cleaning one of my neighbor's houses or something. I don't know. I really don't know. She looks familiar, but I just can't put my finger on where I saw her from.
Oh my God! Damn! Oh my God! Now this match, it was pretty damn solid. Johnny showed what he could do.
Yep.
Sierra showed what he can do.
Yep.
I expected Johnny to win, but that wasn't the case.
I just can't believe they had him lose because she threw a stinky T-shirt at him.
A DIY shirt to remind him of his former tag team that he was with Tommaso Ciampa. You know?
Tommaso Ciampa? Tommaso?
What did I say? Tomasca?
You said like tomato pasta or something.
Mamma mia. Of course, we got a lot of those there with awesome commentary.
The Sicilian psychopath.
Yes, Mauro Ranallo was awesome. You know, Mamma mia. Just hearing him on doing the commentary for NXT is just, it's great. Don't he excite you when he's calling the match?
Not really. I like Nigel McGuinness better.
I like Nigel, but Rolado.
Rolade.
He just brings it.
Mario Rolade.
I suck on names. If you haven't noticed.
Yeah,
he's good, man.
Yeah.
It's like, he's like he picks him up and he scoop slam him and his body just shatters.
See, the problem I got is I grew up with Jim Ross and Joey Styles.
Well,
and the problem is that
he kind of reminds me of Jim Ross because Jim Ross, calls the moves.
Yeah, but JR had his catchphrase. He had a catchphrase. He had slobber knocker. He had, oh my God, stop the damn match. Well, my God, that killed him.
He does.
Barbecue sauce.
Moralo,
by God.
He has, Mamma Mia. That's cool because that comes out of nowhere. You don't expect when he's going to say it. The commentary is just excellent, but, I'm not too keen on Pretty Percy Watson, but he's just there. The commentary is good. But the match, that opening match, kind of set the tone of what's to come. The tag team match, the Authors of Pain versus Sanity. Sanity's the favorite going into this, and Authors of Pain were expected to lose. Now, I mentioned this to you about this, the build up to this. I think they figured that the Authors would get a good face pop and Sanity get that bad heel pop. But that wasn't the case.
I love the outfits, though, in Authors of Pain. They came out looking like Army of Two. That was pretty sick. That was cool.
That's awesome.
Was cool.
Yeah, when they come out and stuff, that is freaking great.
That was cool.
You got the Authors of Pain. You got Akam and Razor.
Sure. Razor Ramon.
With one of the greatest managers in tag team
Akon
professional wrestling. You got Paul Ellering, who
Paul Heyman.
Yeah, he basically he was the the manager of one of the greatest tag teams, the Road Warriors.
And
he's
the Disciples of Apocalypse.
Yep, that's right. I forgot about them. A lot of people do forget about them. I remember them. Yeah, they remember the feud back in the day with the
Disciples and the Truth Commission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sanity was the favorite to win this, and they came in and they delivered. Eric. Now, what I liked about this was the Authors was ready to face Alexandra Wolf, and Killian Dane.
Yep.
They didn't expect. Excuse me. They didn't expect them to pull the Freebird rollout. Because Killian wasn't officially tagged into the match.
Right.
So Eric came in, and him and Wolf took on...
Eric Wolf.
Yeah, Eric Wolf. Alexander Wolf. Yeah. What'd you think about that? You're like, oh, man. It's like Eric came in, and you're like, what the hell? That's what they didn't expect. They were prepared for Killian and Wolf.
It makes me wonder,
Wolf
though,
Young.
why they didn't bring Killian Dane into the match with them being so big. Did something happen where they're kind of holding back with Killian for a little bit? Or you never know.
What I think it is, remember, they took a page what New Day did. Remember when it was Battleground.
Yep.
New Day faced the Usos. Usos were prepared for Kingston and Big E. They weren't prepared for Kingston and Woods.
Right.
That changed everything up. The dynamic of the match, and it did. Young, he hasn't been in an actually. If you think about it, man, when was the last time you seen Young in an active match?
He was there a couple weeks ago. He was in a match a couple weeks ago.
I must have missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was only gone for like 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, there was a reason why, but
his mom passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I mean, he's pretty much the only one in Sanity to like consistently wrestles like every week.
Yeah. But here lately, since he was out, the Nikki Cross and Killian and Wolf, they've been holding their own, and keeping Sanity together, But the match, as soon as Eric pulled a table out, I was like, someone's going through that damn table.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is going through the damn table. But who? But towards the end of the match there, when they started diving and knocking off people, you had Nikki Cross come up, and she freaking dove off, and one of the Authors caught her. And then of course, Killian Dane
comes in and like cross bodies him through the table, and that was awesome.
Damn, she got smashed, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know she was probably feeling that, later that night, man. But the Authors lost the titles, and Sanity won. The roof blew off the place when Sanity won. It was like finally there was a team that was. I guess you had to be crazy enough to beat the Authors.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And then
yes.
What I've been waiting for since it happened, 3 weeks ago, out comes Bobby Fish,
yes.
Kyle O'Reilly,
yes.
Red Dragon.
Red Dragon.
Red Dragon comes out and takes out Sanity. It was great.
And then they kicked, Authors were beat up already. They beat them up again. Just let them know. we're coming for the tag titles.
Yep.
That was the first of surprises this night.
Yep. So happy. I was like, I was going to be so disappointed if they did not bring him in as a tag team.
I know.
Just because of how good they are.
We got to, Triple H. Yeah, Triple H. Yeah, he knows.
Yep.
He knows. He
and
knows.
then what we have next? Next we had our...
Alexander Black.
No, what is it?
Not Alexander Black.
What?
Alistair Black. Alexander. I'm stuck on that damn name. Yeah.
Alistair Black.
Alistair Black versus Hideo Itami. With... Oh, yeah. Let me back it up just for a second.
What?
During the tag team match,
Who?
we had guest commentary, which was awesome, from Corey Graves, which was awesome. Him coming in and doing guest commentary for the tag team match. Then we had guest commentary come in for the Aleister Black Hideo Itami match.
Good old JR.
Good old JR.
Slobber knocker.
That was freaking awesome.
Barbecue sauce.
Now that match right there.
Oh, God. That killed him.
Damn. Oh, my God.
Now, this is a force to be reckoned with.
You got that right.
I was so stoked on this. I was a little let down, not because of Aleister Black, but because of Hideo Itami. And how I don't think he really tried to push the envelope when it came to this match and really show why he should be a main event player. Instead, we've got him doing a few basic moves, Aleister Black kicking him around. He hits a few more basic moves on him, and then Aleister Black spins around, kicks him in the head, black mask, dude's unconscious, it's over.
Yeah, but the build-up for this match, well, actually, there wasn't really a build-up. It's just Hideo won.
Pretty much it was, you want respect, Hideo? We're just going to feed you to Aleister Black.
Yeah. He came in, and, I liked his entrance. He had the live, his entrance was performed live by Code Orange, I think it was. That was freaking awesome, man. I like how he came up, and he just kind of walked through them, and they're just sitting there playing. He didn't acknowledge him. It was kind of cool how he did the whole thing. But yeah, the whole match was about respect. Alistair,
the best match I've seen so far with Aleister Black was when he fought Cassius Ohno. Mm-hmm. Now I think they should make those two a tag team and then fight Red Dragon. And that would be sick.
Talking about Red Dragon, did you remember the match he had with Kyle O'Reilly?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm saying.
Match.
And then you had Cassius Ohno as this tag team fighting both of them. Holy crap. Forget about that whole DIY, what was the other one? Revival, Authors of Pain match of the year. Fuck the Revival. You put Cassius Ohno and Aleister Black as a tag team fighting Red Dragon. Maybe add Sanity in there. Mm-hmm. Match of the 2 decades right there.
Yeah. I enjoy Aleister Black because his presence, he don't say much, he don't really talk much. Kind of gives me a throwback of The Undertaker. His actions spoke, and you could tell when he has the facial expressions. When he's talking, he uses his facial expressions and his actions and his in-ring skills does the talking for him. I like that throwback, and that's how Aleister Black is. Aleister Black, they're really high on him, and basically, like we even talked about this, we could possibly see Aleister Black coming up to the main roster sooner than later because
just have him bypass NXT and just go straight for the main roster.
Yeah,
but my only thing about that though is that I just worry that it's going to be like Sami Zayn, where they bring him up and then they just underutilize him left and right.
I don't think so because of who he is.
And honestly, they've kind of lately been dropping the ball with Samoa Joe. They build him up as a monster, but they really haven't pushed it any farther. I think it's because there's just so many people right now, on the main roster and the title picture. I think it's going to take Brock Lesnar losing the title to really kind of push Samoa Joe up to that dominant champion level that they really need.
Yeah. But Aleister Black, he goes to the main roster, and if they utilize him in the right way and give him that push, it's gonna be great. But the match, yeah, it was still good. It was still good, but the match after that, a lot of people we're talking about Asuka defending the NXT Women's Championship against Ember Moon.
Yep.
Ember Moon, it sucked because the build up to this match, Ember got injured and she lost her opportunity. So she had to, rehabilitate and get herself well. And she made a comeback. And this right here, a lot of people say, and I agree, this basically just unified and established Ember Moon that she can pull out all the stops, and she is one hell of a performer in the ring. What do you think of some of the stuff?
That. It was a great match. Hard hitting, back and forth action, amazing moves. That right there is women's wrestling.
It is. It is. And especially like the big...
See, and here's the thing now, and this is what's really going to get me, is that when they start pushing all these women up to the main roster like they did with like Sasha Banks, Charlotte, these women are a hell of a lot better. I mean, 1,000 times better wrestlers and more entertaining than most of their current women, like Carmella or Emma. It's like they don't even compare. They're not even in the same league as these women.
Right.
So what's going to happen is they're going to bring all these women up, and then the ones like Emma or like Lana, who just started wrestling, or Carmella, it's like they're not going to be able to compete. You're going to have some shitty matches. It's like, you really just need to kind of start clearing out the roster a little bit, get rid of all these people, and make room for the exciting talent. Like, get rid of your Heath Slaters that no one gives a shit about, your Zack Ryders, your Jinder Mahals, Rhino's pretty much done for. You can get he's past his prime. When was the last time he had a really exciting match? You can take all these people that no one really gives a shit about, like Bo Dallas. His wrestling ability, I'm sorry, is just not there. No one really gives a shit, about any of his matches.
Right.
Get rid of all those people that, are just kind of wasting away, like Ron Killings, or R-Truth, whatever you want to call him. Get rid of all these people and make room for all these new and exciting talents that are going to put on like 5-star matches. And are going to be super entertaining to watch and give us ratings.
Yeah, I totally see what you
quit re-signing over the hill guys like Shelton Benjamin, who the last good match he had was probably in 2006. That no one, basically half the people that know who he is don't even care he's back, and the other half are like, who is this guy? Because they're a younger audience.
Yeah, they're why spend the money about what he's done?
Why spend the money on bringing Shelton Benjamin back when his spot could be given to somebody that deserves an NXT? Someone that's like super exciting, like Cassius Ohno. Bring him up. I mean, he's hell of a wrestler. Why bring Shelton Benjamin back? Who's the other guy what's the guy they're teaming him up with?
Charlie Haas.
No, the guy they're teaming up with right now.
Oh, Chad Gable.
Yeah. Fuck him. Get rid of him. This guy, Jason.
Get rid of Chad Gable?
This guy, Jason.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah, I'm serious.
No, well, Chad Gable, he's a good singles wrestler. Give him a singles shot. Don't put him in another tag team. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm saying is that so far, based upon his wrestling I've seen, it's nothing. I mean, it's very bland. Same thing with this guy, Jason Jordan, who they want to be like Kurt Angle's black son. It's like he has. It's
the crowd actually. Okay, with Jason Jordan, the crowd.
You take a Jason Jordan match that you've seen so far, his wrestling ability and stuff, okay, and then you put it side by side with, let's say. Who's a good one? Okay, let's say like a Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor match when he won the Universal title for the first time.
Right.
Okay, which match would you rather see? A Jason Jordan versus Shelton Benjamin, or Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins?
I would have to go with Balor and Rollins
because they put on a better match. They have better ring psychology. They have better wrestling moves. The characters are better. And it's not just because WWE made them that exciting. Like, they kind of help their own characters too. But, these guys like Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable, Jason Jordan, what's his name? Heath Slater, Zack Ryder. It's like, why waste the payroll money on keeping these guys here when they're not going to give you... They're going to give you like a 1 or 2 star match. Heath Slater has lost 100 times in a row. They cut his match off at the pay-per-view a few months ago, if you remember, when he came out. Okay, It's like, why waste the payroll on these guys? Get them out of there, clean house, have them go work the indies and better themselves, redo themselves, like Juice Robinson. When he left NXT, he was a very bland wrestler. I mean, his gimmick was okay. He'd come out with the signs.
CJ Parker, the environmentalist.
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
It was a pretty interesting gimmick.
Yeah, he's in New Japan. He's in New Japan.
His ring style was meh. It was mediocre. He goes off, gets out of WWE, goes to New Japan, reinvents himself as Juice Robinson. His moves now are more exciting. He has, what I'm saying? It's an overall better character, better moves. I'd rather watch him wrestle, some Japanese guy, than watch Jason Jordan wrestle, or Shelton Benjamin, or Chad Gable, or Heath Slater. It's like, get rid of those guys. Bring back Juice Robinson. You got a character now who's got a better character, a better moveset, who's going to have more exciting matches.
Well,
so you know what's going to happen? When you put Juice Robinson in the ring with, let's say, Seth Rollins in a match, okay? You're not going to have people flipping the channel looking for someone else. You're not going to have people shutting out the TV. You're not going to have people in the audience getting up and going to the snack machine in the restroom.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from with all this stuff. Yeah. It's just like Drew McIntyre, in the main event on the pay-per-view. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode. I wanted Bobby Roode. I figured Bobby
I'm not a
Roode,
fan of Drew McIntyre, just be honest.
I figured Bobby Roode. I know you're not.
I thought it was...
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Drew McIntyre, okay? All right? I didn't pick him to win, but he won. And the story and the package and stuff they showed... like building up. Remember his first run? He was young. He was like 19 years old. He let it go to his head. Vince was like, he's the chosen one. He let it go to his head. He screwed up. He left. Like you said, like with Juice Robinson. He left. He went out and he basically reestablished himself as a performer and took everything that he learned and came back, and it does show that he matured as a wrestler in the ring and stuff. He did. He's compared to, what was it when he debuted? Was it like 2006?
7? Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That Drew McIntyre compared to the now, totally different. He matured into a good performer.
He's gotten better. However, is it like main event heavyweight championship material? No, not yet.
Well,
he's in
NXT. He's gonna keen in on the skills, like you said with Jinder Mahal. You said Jinder Mahal should go back to NXT, reestablish himself. Yeah. So Drew is basically like, I want to come back to WWE, but this is what I want to do. I'm going to go through NXT, reestablish myself,
and that's fine. That's good.
That's good.
But don't be the heavyweight champion representing the entire brand, okay? When your wrestling skills, your overall character and wrestling set is not heavyweight championship material, when you're representing guys on there, okay, like Aleister Black, like Asuka, Ember Moon, Sanity, Cassius Ohno, you're representing these guys, like Johnny Gargano. Right. You're representing all of these guys as your heavyweight champion, yet I'd rather see these people wrestle than you as your heavyweight champion. Wrong guy to have the NXT Heavyweight Championship right now. Put him in, some good matches, like, you know, Gargano's opening match, which is phenomenal to the pay-per-view. Have him do like a first or second or third match, you know, on a card.
Right.
You know, give him some good opponents to really kind of build his moveset and his overall character. And then when he gets to the point to where people are like, you know, I got to see this guy with the belt. I got to see this guy with the belt. You know, push him into it.
Well, you know what I think the reason why they put the belt on him?
They wanted a big, and this goes back to their whole basis. They'd rather see the bigger guy with the title.
Well, also, too, I think the business decision on that was for the fact of the matter is that where they're going to go out with the story. Because with Bobby Roode, excuse me, with Bobby Roode, we know why, okay, he was pushed up to SmackDown Live because of Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin lost his shot, okay? Vince McMahon, this makes sense. We talked about this. How many times have Vince basically gave you something and said, run with it? How many times we've seen talent take what Vince gives them and they run and they fall and they drop it? And what's Vince do? He picks it up and gives it to someone else.
Yep.
Perfect example. Baron Corbin, we all know the story if you've read into it and stuff with the Dave Meltzer on Twitter. That basically, he lost his briefcase, he lost his push. Okay, there's that open spot. Okay, who would you want to have that spot? You can think of the NXT that they're ready to move up.
Yeah, Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Okay, look what the hell he's done with NXT. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
I agree.
That basically the spot was open. Bobby's the guy. He's going to be filled in that spot. Okay, now it's like, all right, let's have another big guy. That's, you know, Drew McIntyre. But I think the reason what they're going to do is behind that they're going to build a good story because after the match, who the hell showed up again? Come on, Mcshaft. Who showed up again? They showed up.
Adam Cole, baby.
No, I mean, yeah. He showed up.
Yes, he did.
I said who showed up again. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish showed up. Then Adam Cole, baby, showed up.
Yep.
And the crowd. They knew who the hell he is.
They went ape shit for him.
See, that's what I like about NXT is the fact that crowd follows the indies. So when the indie wrestlers like O'Reilly, Fish, and Cole show up, they know who the hell.
Well, it's not just NXT. If you looked at SummerSlam, in the audience, there is a ton of Bullet Club shirts in that audience.
The hardcore wrestling fan goes to the pay-per-views and stuff. You got the casuals on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, but you got the hardcore wrestling fans that know what the hell's going on, that reads and knows stuff, compared to the casual. He's like, oh, Monday Night Raw's on. I think I'll just watch it, you know? They just watch it, and they don't keep up with everything. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, Adam Cole, we heard it on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Just imagine being there and hearing that, man.
It was great. Now you've got this trio of Adam Cole and Red Dragon, these former Ring of Honor, New Japan guys coming in here.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling they're going to go through and just dominate. I cannot wait. Now, you know what would be sick is if after they're finished with NXT, they bring them up to the roster together and they team up with the club, you know? And then you put Finn Balor in it. You have him heel turn, okay? And then you've got the Balor Club. Yes. You got Finn Balor. You've got Doc Anderson, not Doc Anderson. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole. Holy shit, what a faction that would be. And then have them go through like they used to do in like the early 2000s, late 90s. Give this faction like every belt. Have them run through and just take every belt like Evolution did back in the day.
Oh, God.
Holy crap, that would be sick. That would be awesome.
Crazy. That would be sick.
Now you see, once again, this is why I should be on the creative team, because I could think of sick shit like this.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want. You know,
definitely. Give the
I can make wrestling great again. I'm just saying. I can make wrestling great again. You give me on the creative team there, give me a little bit of power to kind of throw out some shit, I can make wrestling great again. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, you know, I've heard that
slogan.
I've heard that slogan.
I was there
before.
in 94. I was there in 94.
I know you were.
I started watching that.
But the thing is, here's the thing. I've heard that slogan before here locally, and I didn't see nothing great. But besides that, anyway.
I know what you're talking about.
Moving on.
Woo! Woo! London Bridge is falling down, falling down.
But you know and I know that you're only half the man that I am. And I have half the brain that you do.
So
Sunday night, SummerSlam.
The expectations were so high on this. Like NXT grabbed the bar, picked it up,
and kept it there.
And raised it super high. So now here comes the main roster who has to basically like match this NXT pay-per-view.
You hear about the pre-show?
It's like half the amount of matches.
Yeah. You hear about the pre-show?
Mm-hmm.
They started the pre-show before everyone filled into the arena.
So then you have the tag team match with the Hardys, Jason Jordan versus the Miztourage, and like no one's in the arena.
No.
So when Matt Hardy's sitting there doing his stuff, trying to, you'd hear like delete, delete, delete. You ain't hearing nothing.
Nope.
And then after the match, and they got the camera like panned over to like the Miztourage, like you can see all the empty seats just there. It's like,
yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, they did that on purpose. You know that.
So
no one can chant delete.
Well, first of all, there's the first downfall of the pay-per-view right there. There's your first downfall. When you start your pre-show and have a match with those caliber of wrestlers on it and have nobody in the arena, right there, you're already fucking up. Right there, from the beginning.
Yeah.
Someone should get fired for that one. I'm telling you that right now. Okay. Then you have the New Day and the Usos.
That was
titles.
good.
That was a pretty good match. I love the New Day's outfits that came in.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the Usos got the win, but good match. I think it's gonna solidify their feud a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Make the next match even more exciting.
Yeah.
So it kind of started like low, boosted up a little bit. Okay, and then we have that little homeless fucker, Eli Sampson, out in the ring playing guitar. No one gave two shits about that. So then here it goes, starting to tank a little bit more, okay?
Yeah.
Then you got your opening match, which was the opening match? Oh, John Cena, Baron Corbin. Okay?
That right
so
there.
You ready? Woo! There goes this tanking again, because here you've got a guy like Baron Corbin, who they're basically giving away his push. They're feeding him to John Cena, okay?
Now I gotta say about that right there. It's great. Just imagine this. Vince going to listen to my take on this. Vince going to Corbin. Corbin, you're opening up SummerSlam against John Cena, and you're taking your jobbing for him. Cena is going to bury you. If you don't take the pinfall, you're fired.
So then you're going to stick.
Yes, that was. So we know why. And then if you noticed, I got to mention this. Did you hear about when Corbin here at house shows leading up to the SummerSlam? You heard about crowds chanting what they were chanting at Corbin? You fucked up. Yep. You fucked up.
So now you're going to take a guy like Corbin, who you're taking away his push. Thank God. Okay. No one wants to see. You're going to put him in an opening match. Had to sneeze. See, that's how upset I am about this whole thing. Okay. You're going to feed him to John Cena. Okay. So now your opening match for SummerSlam, it's still just tanking your pay-per-view. Okay. And the greatest thing to come out of that match, okay, Cena's bald spot. I mean, that thing was the most notable thing in that whole match. And there it was, right there, back of his head. It was a huge circle with a little dark dot in the middle where his hair was still kind of there.
Oh my God, what the fuck is that?
Hashtag Cena's bald spot. It was trending all over the internet that night. Okay,
right.
Greatest thing to come out of that.
Here, get ready. Here you go. Ready? All right. Look to the camera after this and say it.
Cena's bald spot. So
here we go. Hashtag Cena's bald spot.
there you go. Hashtag us in the comments in this video, Cena's bald spot. So, okay, so now your pay-per-view, okay, is still just tanking. So what we got for our second match? It was wasn't it Randy Orton and Rusev for the second?
No.
The second match.
The second match was the women's. Naomi put the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line against Natalya.
Okay, so that was a pretty decent match.
It was.
I love Naomi's entrance.
One thing I got to say about that is I'm glad that Natty won. When's the last time she won the damn championship?
6 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's paid her dues, which is good. And what I didn't like about on the finish was as soon as Natty wrapped the leg around, Naomi's sitting there and she's like, tap. It's like, come on, man. That's the thing I hate about submission holds now. It's like as soon as they grab it, you're like, it's like, have you noticed that? It's like I want to see like what Austin and Bret Hart WrestleMania 13. I want to see submission holds fighting it, man, and get the crowd going. It's like soon as you snap it on, it's like
they do it because it puts more emphasis on the submission. So it's not like, oh, you got a submission hold as your finisher. Your opponent's going to fight for 5 minutes, then break out of it. It's like, no. It's like a submission hold is supposed to be something that's going to really hurt you. So you're either going to pass out or tap out.
Yeah.
So you lock in the submission hold, and that's it. You're done.
Yes.
Great. I love Naomi's entrance with the whole glow thing.
Yes.
I thought it was a pretty good match. I'm glad Natalya won the title. So now your pay-per-view, okay? It's starting to go up a little bit, okay? Mm-hmm. And then we have Rusev and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So Rusev comes out. People have high expectations on this match because people want to see Rusev.
Yeah.
Okay. Here comes Randy Orton out. Rusev comes behind, does a couple moves on him. He basically jumps him from behind, slams him to the barricade, brings him in the ring. Bell rings, boom, RKO over. That's it. Really? You're going to really bury Rusev like that? So now your pay-per-view, okay, there it goes, starting to go down a little more.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like every little bit that they kind of get to go up, it just tanks because of all the shit stuff that happens after.
Yeah.
So what's our next match?
I'm pulling it up here.
Oh, wait, go back. I forgot the pre-show. Go back down.
What?
Go back down. Go down. Right there. Big Show versus Big Cass.
No one cared about this.
So yeah,
the crowd.
exactly.
If you heard the crowd was chanting boring.
Okay, so
They
here we
didn't
go
care
again.
about
You ready?
this match.
You ready? So now the show is just fucking shit tanking right here. Okay, from this. Okay, go up.
Yes.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going. I think we had which one did we have? Oh, the Jinder Mahal, I think, was the next one. Okay.
Well, no. That's all right. That's the last, and that. So you're going.
Okay.
Going right. Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah. All right. After then,
Yeah.
you had. Yeah.
we did that.
Orton.
We did the John Cena.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Sheamus and Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins.
This is good, but the
Yeah.
crowd was not really into it.
Best part of this match, hashtag beach ball. Okay, RIP beach ball. You're sitting there watching this match, okay, two great teams. All of a sudden you see people doing something behind them. You look, and there's a freaking beach ball bouncing around all over the place. So Cesaro sees this, gets pissed, runs in the crowd, grabs it, and tears it up. RIP beach ball. Okay. I thought it was a pretty good match. I'm glad that Ambrose and Rollins got the title. I hope they stay as a team for a little bit because I need some really good tag teams right now. And it kind of brings back some like Shield memories. Everyone's pretty stoked up on that. So what was our next match after that?
We had the women's Raw Women's Championship. Alexa
I thought
Bliss
this match was pretty good. I thought it was about on par with the previous women's match.
Yes.
I'm very happy Sasha Banks won the title. I thought Alexa Bliss did pretty good. She's improving her wrestling ability.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm very happy about this match. And it's pretty sad when the two women's matches, okay, are doing better than half of your, other matches so far.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's our next match here?
All right. We had Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. It's been a while since we saw Finn Balor dressed up as
The Demon King.
The Demon King.
Very excited to see him back in the paint.
This match right here was more of a psychological. With Bray Wyatt, I've even said this. Even when we watched this past WrestleMania, I said with Bray, it's more of a psychological match, which is cool.
I thought the beginning of the match was really good. I thought the end was okay. I thought it just ended. It was too short of a match between them two, and there was really no build for the end of the match. He pretty much, Bray Wyatt started doing a spider walk. Finn Balor sits up, kicks him, coup de grace, it's over. It's like there's really no build up.
No.
And, I mean, I would rather have seen, like, him go for the coup de grace. Wyatt rolls over. He, misses, catches him. Sister Abigail, he kicks out of that. He picks him up for another one. Then he, DDTs him or something. Sling blade, coup de grace, win. Build it up to the big finish. It wasn't that. It kind of just, like, stopped.
Yeah. It looked like they did that. But
good match, though. It was a good match. Pay-per-view's starting to go up a little bit. So, I mean, they're already down in the shit tanker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's NXT, okay? SummerSlam.
NXT's here, SummerSlam's
kind of like right here, right now. Okay, so after the Balor Wyatt match, it's starting to go up a little bit. Okay, then you got my favorite match of the night, the AJ Styles
versus Kevin Owens. With Shane McMahon as the guest referee.
Awesome match.
You knew that Shane and Owens were going to collide.
Yep.
And that happened because when Shane counted the 3 count, but then when he saw Styles' foot on the rope, he reversed the decision, so that pissed off Owens, and it costed him the title.
Yep.
And AJ retained the title. Of course, they're going to be they are building on story, which is good with Shane and Owens.
Great wrestling ability, great storytelling, match of the night right there. Loved it.
Now you had Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
So they build this match up pretty good. Everyone thinks that Nakamura is going to win.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the match, they fucking let Jinder Mahal keep the title.
Yeah,
now, here's my thing.
The Singh brothers came in, they interfered, and then all of a sudden Jinder puts the cloths on him, and it just hits him 1, 2, 3.
If you watch this match, okay, and this is what really pisses me off again about WWE, like I was saying earlier. So Jinder Mahal, okay, who needs to lose the title but doesn't. If you watch the match, he does like 4 things in the entire match, okay? He does 2 sleeper holds.
Right.
He does like a running knee, a back elbow, and his finisher. That's it. Yeah. 4 boring moves and a finisher. That's not even like a really good finisher. No. Nakamura dominated most of the entire match with kicks and everything else. So you make this guy do 2 sleeper holds, a back elbow, and a knee. And that's a championship match right there?
Nakamura carried the match.
That's a champion. You want your champion to do 2 sleeper holds, a knee, and a back elbow. That's somebody who has a moveset of a champion?
I know.
Excuse me?
Nakamura.
When was the last time the heavyweight champion used 2 sleeper holds in a match and excuse me?
Roddy Piper, I think.
Well, that was his finishing move. That was his finishing move.
But
what I'm saying, though, is that this guy's moveset, okay, he's a 1 to 2 star wrestler, and they're putting him up against 4-star, 5-star wrestlers here, and it's making the heavyweight championship, lose credibility, and it's making Jinder Mahal just look even shittier.
I know. Well, one thing about this, the reason why Jinder held on to the title is it was a business decision. I think it was
horrible business decision.
Next week, they're heading over to India. They didn't want Jinder to go over there with no championship.
But here's the thing.
But we were talking about this.
Here's the thing. If you listen to your people that watch your show, listen to your fans, the Indian market doesn't give a shit that Jinder Mahal has the title.
No, they don't.
They're booing him. They'd rather see like Nakamura, Seth Rollins, or whoever else have the title. They don't give a shit that Jinder Mahal has it.
No, they don't. They don't.
It's not giving them any extra ratings over there or nothing.
They don't. They don't.
So after that shithole of a match, an upsetting match,
Yes.
now you've got the main event.
Yeah, you got the main event.
Fatal 4.
The Fatal 4-Way.
Awesome match.
Yes.
Braun
You have-
Strowman comes in there, puts Lesnar through 2 tables, picks up the third one, and just dumps it over on top of him.
He dominated. But you know what? One of my favorite parts is you had Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns fighting in the ring, and out of nowhere you see a fucking office chair come flying.
Yeah.
Strowman. All I gotta say is Strowman for this match right here. Strowman solidified him as a top heel or superstar because this guy, he took the ball, he ran with it, he did what was expected or not expected. It was a surprise. This guy freaking dominated.
If they don't give this guy the heavyweight title soon, WWE is literally Titanicing themselves by not giving him the title soon.
Yes.
This next pay-per-view, they're going to put him against Lesnar, and they need to give him the title. They need to. He dominated the Beast Incarnate at the last pay-per-view. The guy who broke the Taker's streak.
Yes.
He dominated him, put him on a stretcher, had him carried out to the arena, okay? If that does not tell you this guy needs to get the title, I mean, I don't know how obvious you can be.
Yeah. And if you noticed, Braun was the only guy that manhandled Brock Lesnar like that.
And here's the other thing,
that
too.
Shows that right there, it shows how much trust Brock had in Strowman putting him through the two
here's the other thing,
tables.
too.
Roman Reigns, he couldn't do it.
Here's my point.
Samoa Joe couldn't do what Braun did.
Here's my point right here. The word is they're going to be pushing for Roman Reigns to fight Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the title. Who was it that got pinned in that Fatal 4-Way match?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. He got pinned by the champion, okay?
Yeah.
Why does he deserve a heavyweight title match when he's been beaten? He got dominated and beaten by the champion, okay?
Right.
Get him out of the title picture. He's done. Get him out of here. Nobody gives 2 shits about him, okay?
Put Braun
Yes.
in the title picture.
Yes.
Leave Samoa Joe in the title picture.
Yes.
Okay? Take Reigns, what they're doing, perfect example on Monday Night Raw. Okay? Let's, before we shift over to briefly run through this stuff. Okay? NXT Takeover, SummerSlam. Takeover.
And the reason is because SummerSlam had some good matches, but it was only a third of their card.
Yeah.
Their entire pay-per-view matches, however many matches there were, only a third were even interesting to watch. Okay?
Yeah.
A main roster pay-per-view, the second or third biggest pay-per-view of the year, only had a third of its matches that were entertaining enough, while NXT had every one of its matches that were entertaining.
It didn't. It basically the adrenaline.
It never
all
stopped.
the way through. After Takeover was over, people were still wanting more.
Yes.
With
SummerSlam, I was done about I was done about halfway through that pay per view.
Yeah.
I was like, hurry up and give me the good
I know.
matches here and let me get rid of it.
You know where I watched it at Sunday because I tried to get you and you weren't up to it.
Oh, weren't you at what's his name?
He's a legend, man.
Didn't you go to Haystacks Calhoun's? Haystack Calhoun's?
I didn't go to Haystack.
Did you go to Arn Anderson's?
Hell no.
Abdullah the Butcher's House of Ribs and Chinese Food.
I went to Jimmy Hart's.
Oh, Jimmy Hart's.
Yes, I went to Jimmy Hart's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill. I went there and I watched the pay-per-view at Jimmy Hart's with a lot of fans. We had a pretty damn good crowd of people there, but it was neat talking with Jimmy while we're sitting there talking to Jimmy, and Jimmy gave a little bit of insight on what he thought was going on and how this looked, why this and why that, from someone that was been in the business and knows the business. He basically is like, well, Jimmy, why they did this? Hey, Jimmy, why they did that? Jimmy's like, well, it's because of this, that. Oh, okay. I didn't think about that, which is pretty cool. He'd give his opinion about it, and then it's like, hey, Jimmy, who do you think's going to win? But what I love about Jimmy Hart, when he mentions is given a question about who do you think to here or there, he gives a good answer. He gives a non-biased answer, and that's what I love about Jimmy Hart. It's just fantastic, you know. He gives a non-biased answer. But one thing that wasn't biased on Monday Night Raw briefly was how Strowman, he should have came out in the ring when Brock Lesnar opened up Raw and said, I'm not done with you yet, or finished with you. And basically, yeah, he's going after Lesnar. He's going after the title. We saw John Cena come back to Raw, and it's like a lot of people are saying he's come back to boost the ratings. Sports Illustrated, okay, listen to this is what I read today. Tell me what you think about this, dude. Sports Illustrated put out an article claiming the reason why John Cena's back is not to boost the ratings, so he can actually work with the new talent like Roman Reigns. You saw Roman Reigns and John Cena in the ring at the same time. What did the crowd say? We're chanting.
You both suck.
Exactly. No one wants to see that. Okay, we talked about that a while back ago. It's like, who would cheer and who would boo in the ring? Our question was answered.
It's literally like watching two pieces of shit rot in the sunlight. Nobody cares.
Yeah, no one cares. Okay, what's funny about this article, Sports Illustrated put out the article and said the guy who's writing this, it's like he's come back to help solidify and help boost the talent that's there. He's like
boost the talent.
Yes, to be able to work with like the rub off.
Wait a minute.
Now this guy must be a really big John Cena fan. He's like, he's the face of the company without a doubt. Yes, even like the great Hall of Famer Jimmy Hart even says it. A lot of people says yes, Cena's not in the main picture, but he's still the face of that company. However,
he's coming back. This guy says he's coming back to help boost the talent.
Yeah.
So boost guys like
Roman
Samoa
Reigns.
Joe.
Roman Reigns.
I'm just saying, boost guys like Samoa Joe. Boost guys like Seth Rollins. Boost guys like Braun Strowman.
Well, let me tell you the point about this. Okay, he was to work with talent like those guys and try to, like the ratings. They said it's not about Cena being back just to boost the ratings. It's going to be about Cena being back and working with whoever to boost the ratings. It's like, okay, yeah, seeing John Cena and Roman Reigns together, that's going to boost ratings.
No.
A lot of people talked about. He also, I don't know if a lot of people's talked about this though, but this is what he said. He said, "Yeah, we'll be able to get to see a dream match of Samoa Joe versus John Cena." Let me ask you, would you like to see Samoa Joe versus John Cena?
Whose dream?
This guy's dream. This guy's dream.
Who is this guy?
He's some damn writer from Sports Illustrated.
Can I say that this guy is a complete idiot?
Yeah.
Like, he literally did what you're not supposed to do. He went full retard.
Yes, he did.
Okay?
He went full retard.
He went full. Okay? So, it's just like saying John Cena and Nakamura was a dream match. Whose dream?
Yeah.
It was nobody's. I know. John Cena is not in any dream match. Okay, the only dream match that we have of John Cena is his last match to be gone. The dream match people want to see is Nakamura AJ Styles.
Yeah.
The dream match they want to see, would be like Seth Rollins Nakamura.
Here we go. I got it right here. All right, listen to this, man.
It just hurts just listening to this.
All right. This is an article I was reading on Wrestling Inc. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. This is what this guy said. All right. This guy from Sports Illustrated, Justin Barrasso, reports that the move was made that Cena was to eye the future and will continue to elevate the upcoming superstars, namely Roman Reigns. Quote, Vince McMahon wants Cena to evaluate and give a rub to Roman Reigns. The prevailing factor
He wants to give him a rub and tug? Is that what he just said? He wants John Cena to give Roman Reigns the old rub and tug? Holy shit. God damn.
Now, listen to this idiot, okay? The prevailing factor behind Cena's move to Raw is all about his opponent. The decision was not made solely because Cena is going to draw ratings, but rather because of who Cena is going to draw ratings with. They said that he said that McMahon's already ready to pull the trigger on a Cena Reigns matchup. And Monday's show already laid the groundwork for a showdown in the near future. Okay? By far, the most polarizing figure in WWE since Super Cena himself, Reigns will benefit greatly from the program with the leader of the C Nation.
Give him a super rub and tug.
Cena's move to Raw also presents the opportunity for the new crop of talent to get a shot at the company's top star.
I don't think he's top star.
He is the face. Yes, like it or not.
Well,
a lot of hardcore wrestling fans.
He may be the face for the children that watch the show, but the company's top star. I'm sorry, but your audience is not going to chant "You suck" at the company's top star. Sorry, not going to happen.
Cena versus Samoa Joe has been a dream matchup since before Joe was even in WWE. When was that a dream matchup?
With who?
When the hell was that a dream matchup? Yeah. Oh man, I want to see Samoa Joe versus John Cena.
Wait a minute. Young stars like Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Eli Sampson? What?
Can all create magic with Cena? So they get the. So
I just want to go back to the whole thing. He's going to give the old rub and tug to Roman Reigns. Jesus Christ.
So Cena's going to
I'm going to quote this. This guy quotes, he wants Cena to elevate and give the rub to Roman Reigns. Holy shit. Get these fuckers off TV. I'm serious.
Sports Illustrated, man.
Get this guy off. This guy doesn't need to cover wrestling anymore. Okay, he just failed at his job. And as far as Cena Reigns, get these dudes off TV. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, here it is. Here it is. This guy right here. Is this his article?
I don't even want to read anymore.
Yeah, here it is.
I don't even want to read anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Look.
Can't do it.
Oh my God, this guy.
I can't do it.
Yeah, this guy.
Can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, look. Cena is back on Monday Night Raw on the USA Network.
To elevate and give the rub to Roman Reigns. There it is again. I can't do it. Okay, just get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy. I can't do it.
Yeah, this guy.
Can't do it. Let's talk about some good wrestling here. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about being the elite.
Well, let me mention this real quick. SmackDown, Bobby Roode debuted, which was awesome. And the ratings for SmackDown was pretty cool with the main event with Shane stepping in and screwing Kevin Owens over his rematch with the U.S. title against AJ Styles. Okay? That was pretty damn cool.
I just want to say that their YouTube channel, Being the Elite, is more exciting than a John Cena match. I'm just saying. I'd rather sit here and watch 9 hours of Being the Elite on YouTube than watch Roman Reigns and John Cena rub it out in the ring.
Oh, man. Yeah, the latest episode of Being Elite was pretty damn cool because Cody, he's still upset about, not being able to say, fuck the revival. What did we see? Someone supposedly died at the restaurant drinking a monster.
A spiked monster with ricin.
That was entertaining, man.
The Young Bucks come in Kenny Omega's room and he's got a Japanese prostitute in there and he kind of tosses her aside and talked to her, which was great. And
that was entertaining, man.
Yeah, it was.
It's so damn entertaining. And who was it? Who was it that came up to him and started to talk to him, and he said Kenny had a small dick.
Oh, yeah, some Japanese. Yeah, it was the Tokyo Pimp. He's part of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
He's part of the Bullet Club. He's like the Godfather was to like the Nation of Domination.
And what did he say to Cody? He says, I liked Stardust.
Yeah, like, I like Stardust better.
He walked around and gave everyone their opinion. And what did he say to the Young Bucks?
What did he say? I can't remember what he said to him.
It was funny shit, man.
And then, of course, like they started doing now, halfway through their show, which I think it's time for us to do, they have a random advertisement for their merchandise.
That's
right.
By
the way,
Mcshaft. That's right.
What do we got?
What do we got?
What do we got? Right now, we got 15% off.
15% off.
Using the promo code.
Using the promo code.
00817 TS.
No.
Titty soda.
Titty soda. 15% off on ELS merchandise starting Friday, August 25th. It will last through the whole week until next week when you go to everettleeshow.weebly.com. Click on
what
the merch tab.
What kind of merchandise do we got?
We got t-shirts, ELS t-shirts, and Chris Carnage t-shirts you can see on the screen right there. Be sure to use the promo code 0817TS and save 15% off. All right.
And I was gonna say, we could do some like uncopyrighted little music in the background, like buy a t-shirt. Buy a t-shirt. 15% off. See? Something like that.
Yeah.
There you go. See? If that don't entice you to buy a t-shirt, I don't know what will.
I know. It just we got t-shirts to sell. So I don't know. I want the t-shirts to do, really good, so we can sell and help ELS,
Let's get into our main topic here for discussion.
Well,
eclipses.
Eclipse.
Not the car.
Well, okay.
Not the car.
Everyone around the world saw the eclipse, okay? Especially here in the United States, there was one section of the United States from coast to coast where it was total eclipse. However,
you had to have special glasses to view it,
Yeah.
or take a cereal box and do some arts and crafts to it.
Yep, which I did when I was a kid. Now, the one thing is, a lot of people said they started seeing some weird shit up in the sky and stuff, like UFOs,
They zoomed in on the picture of the eclipse, and they could see a black dot up there. So when it was zoomed in, it was shown it was the International Space Station. Okay? Now people are like,
some pictures
oh my
showed
God,
that.
it's an UFO. It's an alien spacecraft. Oh my God.
Well, there was a lot of things, man. Did you see the videos on YouTube where people recording where they had lights?
The same generation of people saying this are the same generation of people that are afraid of statues and inanimate objects that they get offended by. Okay? It was the International Space Station. They zoomed in. They got pictures of it to show it. Okay? It's like, it was the IS Space Station. I'm going to be offended by that. We should take down the International Space Station. Why? Well, because it offended me. It wasn't a UFO above the solar eclipse.
That right there looks, crop circle, bizarre patterns from aliens appear.
There's a documentary on Discovery Channel that these guys admitted that crop circles are fake. They go out in the middle of the night in the fields with the boards, with the rope, and they make their own crop circles.
We already know that. Yeah. Yeah, look, see, 3 flying saucers right here. Look, I'm pulling up the damn video right here. Look at that. Tell me you don't believe this right here. Okay? You do not believe this. Tell me.
Well, let's see here.
Well, let me pull up the sound
All
here.
I'm seeing is the quote-unquote butthurt generation here. Let's see here. Thousands of people aim video camera equipment
everywhere. We infuse tech into what we teach as well.
That's DeVry University. That's not an eclipse.
I know DeVry.
Thousands of people aimed their video cameras and equipment at the skies yesterday as the eclipse made its way across the United States.
Watch.
And they were offended by what they saw.
Look. Holy shit. Right there. Look. Let me pull this up here. Look, right there.
You know what those are, right?
Right there. What are those?
Those are They're drones.
They're not drones. I don't think they're drones. It's something, but it's not no damn
how do you know it's
space
not a drone?
station. What?
How do you know it's not a drone? Drones can go straight up and they can stay level.
Do they flash like that?
Yes. They have lights on them. They flash.
Well, look right there. Look
yeah,
at that.
those are drones.
Those are drones.
Those are drones.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Are you sure those are drones?
Drones can stay level in the sky like that. They have lights on them to flash.
Uh-huh.
Those are drones.
Those are drones.
Yeah.
Those are freaking drones right there.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pretty positive those are drones. I mean, look at it.
Pretty positive?
Yeah.
You're pretty positive.
I mean, I wasn't physically there, but I mean, have you ever seen people flying drones in the air? That's exactly what they do.
Pretty positive. Pretty positive.
They're probably doing drone photography. They probably put the drones up in the air. Well, if you look at it, okay, there's your city down there below. There's your mountains. They're probably up on the mountain, got their drones up in the air, and they're probably taking aerial photos of the city and stuff from down there, from up in the sky. Called drone photography.
Drone photography.
It's a real thing. People make a bunch of money on it.
Drone photography.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Hey, look at it.
Drone photography.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Seriously.
Aha.
The drones. That's all it is.
Aha.
Surprised people aren't offended yet that those things are standing still in the sky and not moving. What's next? Oh, those mountains offend me. I find them offensive because they're mountains and they're blocking my view of something else. We should tear down the mountains. Really?
Right there.
Yeah, those are drones.
Those are drones.
Yeah, people doing drone photography right there. That's what it is.
Those are drones.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Those are drones.
Do you have a drone?
No.
See?
I seen drones, but
yeah, they have lights all over them.
Not like that.
If you go to the beach, like every night, you'll see people flying drones, and you can see the lights on them, just zooming around and staying straight up in the air and hovering. Yeah, those are drones.
Look at this right here. Look. Bro, what's that sentence say on the bottom? Look at that.
There was a glut of UFO sightings during
No, look.
She will be married on live TV. She's back for one more last hurrah.
See the pictures right there? Look, you see that right there? Look, right there. Look, see that they got these pictures right there. Look, she will be married on live TV. She'll be back for one more last hurrah.
I don't get it.
Look, they got UFOs. It's like, who? You get it now? Look, see, they got the picture of UFOs, and then she will be married on live TV. She came from out. Are they talking about an alien woman? Oh my goodness, man! I freaking swear.
You'll never believe what she's giving away this time. iTunes.apple.com.
Damn advertisements, man. I swear it's. I mean, okay, you believe it's the space station.
X-Files.
Okay. I've seen some shit in my life, okay? I've seen shit in my life. I do believe I've seen stuff. You think I'm crazy? That's fine. I don't give a damn. But I've seen stuff in my lifetime. I've seen stuff up in the sky that I can't explain. And it just gives me the fact that I've come to the conclusion that maybe we're not alone out there. Maybe there is some travelers coming and we're passing wherever the hell they're going. They make a stop at Earth. It's like, hey, what's going on here?
You know who it is? It's John Cena! Bum, ba, ba.
You ain't right.
He can't see me.
All right, that's why
you don't know who
you
it
say
is
a
because
space
you can't
station.
see 'em.
I say it was something else besides a space station. Okay,
They have photos.
All right, I'm not going on. I'm not going anymore with this with you. Okay, I'm sticking to my opinion. You stick to your opinion.
Okay, here's a photo of the International Space Station. Okay, see, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's what they saw in front of it.
It looks like a zit. Oh,
International Space Station, right there.
okay.
See,
You believe that, and you believe what you want to believe. I'm going to believe what I want to believe. All right, done. That's it.
well, that's enough of the internet for today. All right.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Let's talk about real quick the founder.
Flounder. It's good fish. Eyes on both sides of his body, lays flat on the ground at the bottom of the ocean. It's good with tartar sauce.
This podcast, man, it's crazy, but the founder.
Brought to you by Monster Energy Drink, the only energy drink that makes you energize like a monster. So we've got.
God, what the fuck he's done?
So we've got Michael Keaton, okay?
Yes.
Batman. So you got Batman. He's
What? Let me ask you. What did you think about this, man?
Batman.
You mentioned. You said to me.
Could you imagine all his like dialogue in the movie being in the Batman voice?
Now let me try to convince you to buy this 5 milkshake machine. So you say you make your hamburgers in 30 seconds.
Yes. Would you like to talk to the owner of McDonald's, sir?
Where is he? Where is he?
Here's Johnny.
So you got Batman, Michael Keaton, okay? It's in the like the 40s.
No,
50s,
not the
50s,
40s. Not the 40s. The movie takes place, I'd say, probably in the
57.
Like the late 50s, early 60s, somewhere in there.
He's
a salesman that can't sell milkshake machines. However,
well, it's not just a milkshake machine. It's a milkshake machine that does 5 milkshakes at a time.
Yeah.
And what you have to remember is back in this day, restaurant like fast food restaurants are pretty much drive up restaurants like Sonic. You drive your car in, you park, you order. It takes half an hour to get your food. If they even get your order right, it comes out to you. They attract hooligans, as they call them. Like riffraff, teenagers, all kinds of stuff like that.
yes.
So it wasn't very pleasant experiences. It costs a lot of money to run these places. So, Batman here, Michael Keaton, he gets a call. He's checking his messages at his company, his office, and his secretary says, "Oh, well, you got an order for 6 machines." And he's like, "What?" He goes, "That's got to be a mistake. What's the number?" So he gives him a call, and it's a place called McDonald's. Now, he's in Chicago. This place is in California, San Bernardino. He's like, "Oh, yeah, well, it was a mistake. We don't need 6 machines. We need 8. And the guy's like, "What kind of place makes, 8 times 5, 35 milkshakes within an hour?" He's like, "What kind of place is this?" He goes, I got to go check this out."
Yeah.
So he drives all the way down Route 66 to this little hamburger place, McDonald's. And basically he walks up to the window. First of all, it's kind of funny because you don't stay in your car. You get out of your car and you walk up to the window. And it was like 15 cents for a hamburger. And, you got hamburger fries and a drink. And it was like 30 cents. So the guy takes his money and hands him his drink and his bag. He's like, "Well, what's this?" He's like, "It's your food." He's like, "Well, yeah, I just paid." He goes, "Yeah, and here it is." And he looks at it and he's like, "Well," he goes,
I know.
"What? How do I eat it?" He goes, "Well, it comes in a paper wrapper. You just eat it." He goes, "Well, where?"
Yeah, and he's like, "Anywhere."
Yeah, so it's like
anywhere.
Something
You
as
eat it.
simple as that. This guy's mind was just blown.
Yeah.
Okay? So he winds up talking to the owners, And they kind of give a breakdown on how they got this whole idea of creating this restaurant.
Yeah, because he told him, he's like, hey, I'm Ray, and I'm here to, about your milkshake things. And he's like, he was fascinated by it. But he got them to
tell how they came up with the idea. All their
the McDonald's. It was the McDonald's brothers.
They originally started driving trucks at Paramount Pictures. They bought a movie studio. The Depression happened. They had to get rid of that. Started a drive-up diner. They had so many items on their menu that it wasn't making very much money.
Right.
So then they simplified the menu.
Yes.
And then they moved locations.
Yes.
And then they had to redevelop how they made the burgers. And they came up with this system to where they could get them out in like 30 seconds for a burger. So basically, Michael Keaton's like, holy crap, this is revolutionary. This is like, the greatest thing ever. So he basically goes in into business with these guys. And he's like, I want to help you franchise.
Right.
So he pretty much goes back over to Chicago and the East Coast and starts franchising these restaurants. And what happens
it took some convincing.
Yeah.
It did. It took some convincing because they didn't want to.
And what happens is he finds that he's not making very much money on this. And what's happening is that the amount of money they're having to spend on simple things like the freezing costs to keep all the ice cream cold for the milkshakes and such.
And also the thing about this, I know I haven't stepped too much into the conversation, but like the ice cream, they did have a problem with the ice cream later on and stuff with the help of doing an instant milkshake.
Yeah,
now,
powdered milkshake.
Would he had to pass everything off. He had to get approval from the McDonald brothers.
And
they
the
were
one
like,
brother
no,
was
no,
like,
no.
yeah, the one brother was like, no. And the other one was kind of like, well, what's going on? You know? So then he learns that to really kind of make money, he needs to own the land that the buildings are getting built on.
Yeah, because of the capital. He was losing so much capital, and he was like, why am I losing so much capital? And I'm not making any money. And
so
the right guy,
he starts buying up the land plots instead of real estate.
This guy who stuck with him basically said, "You're looking at everything wrong. You need to look at it as being
a real estate, not as a hamburger business."
Yes.
And so then he started making money.
Yeah.
But what was happening is that he was kind of bypassing his contract with the McDonald's brothers. So then he's pretty much like to the point where I'm going to own this company.
Yeah.
And he was like, you guys can try to fight me, but the problem is that I got so much money right now that there's no way legally or financially you're going to be able to legally beat me. So he's like, just, give up. It's over.
Yeah.
So
they did. They
settled on an agreement.
Yeah.
And the McDonald's brothers each got like 1.3 mil. And they had to handshake on their future profits because of some, deals with his, lawyer and financial people and stuff.
But you want to know something about that? They said that it was never proven, and right now, if the McDonald's brothers, they would have had millions.
Yeah, about $100 million a year.
$100 million a year,
and that was just from like 1.4%.
Yeah, they couldn't prove it. They couldn't prove it because it was on a handshake. It was off the records. One thing I do like about this movie was it just showed how Ray saw the big picture of what McDonald's can be and take it to the next level. He was, he saw the dream and he saw where he can go with it. The McDonald's brothers didn't really, see that. Ray saw the big picture. They didn't see the big picture. I do like how they revolutionized and how they did the fast food thing. That was neat how they went through that until they got it right. Later on, like with the milkshakes, they did instant milkshakes, and they went crazy for that. They're like, instant milkshakes, Well, later on, they did eventually put milk back in, into
they put ice cream and milk back in it.
Ice cream. Yeah. But what was funny,
that almost makes me want to get a McDonald's milkshake right now, actually, doesn't it?
I know,
right?
One thing I thought was real funny was when he opened up his 100th location. It was right across from the original. Basically saying, F you. It's, it's like, this is what you could have had, And they just didn't. They didn't. You know what I mean? I thought he was ruthless to a degree in the caliber of that. He's like, I'm taking what you have and I'm making it bigger.
Yep.
Imagine if the McDonald brothers would have went along with Ray, how much it would have profited from.
Yeah, it'd been great.
But in a way, if you look at it from a standpoint from the McDonald's, they weren't looking to make a profit. They were just trying to basically put a product out there people can enjoy. They could care less about the profit. Ray was looking at it from a profit and financial capital gain and what he can make off of this. And he made millions off of it, you know? What'd you think about him running off with that
guy's wife? Yeah, that was pretty funny too.
I didn't. It looked like it was going that way, and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. And then years later, you're like, damn. But one thing I have to say is, it worked with her, and the connection was that she saw what Ray was trying to do, and helped him and gave him that support. Unlike his previous wife didn't. You know, she was just. She was just there. You know, it's like, oh, he's chasing a dream. What I thought about was their close friends at the country club when he made them, like franchise owners. Where he pulled up to the one serving corn on the cob, fried chicken.
Yeah, like trash all over the place.
Everything that he didn't want it to be, it was. It's like, why? It's like McDonald's ain't chicken. He's like, everyone loves chicken.
Well, they can go somewhere else that has chicken.
Yeah. Shut them down, man.
Burgers, fries, milkshake. That's it.
He freaking shut them down. All in all, we talked about this. We learned stuff we didn't know about McDonald's and about this story right here. It was a good story.
Yep, it was.
It was.
I'd give that movie 5 stars. That was a really good movie.
I do. I give it like 5 stars.
It kept my attention the whole way. It was a really good movie.
Yes.
Batman did a good job. Makes you wonder if that's how. It makes you wonder if he wasn't really like Bruce Wayne's dad and like his mom and stuff like that. That's how they made their money, the Waynes, and then like he died and then Batman. You know what I'm saying? No, it's like, how did Waynes get all that money? They took over McDonald's.
Yeah, he did McDonald's.
I mean, what if after this? What if like? I mean, you think about it, okay? I mean, the first Batman in 89? Mm-hmm. I mean, that could have happened like before this, so he could have been like that Batman, After he beats the Joker and the Batman and the Penguin, it's like, that was like in the 20s and 40s,
Oh
and then,
my God, what the fuck he's done?
And they're all gone, so then he takes off and starts doing, like sales stuff, and then buys. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
you ain't right. You ain't right.
You never know.
One last thing.
He had to Photoshop a Batman mask on him in that picture.
I still laugh. I gotta throw this out here. I listened at my job. I was listening to a podcast. I pulled up our last one we did. And I was laughing my ass off. Bane Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a little Bane Wyatt while I pull this up here.
Mr. UPS man.
I'm the inner worlds. I want to throw this out here. We're gonna wrap this up here, but before we do, I want to throw this out here. Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Game of Thrones. This past episode, I want to briefly say that, of course, the butthurt generation complained about this. They dissected this damn episode.
I'm done with that generation.
Where they get the chains? How fast does a raven fly? It's like
who cares?
Who cares? Okay.
I'm offended that they didn't show those ravens flying super fast.
I know. My butt's hurting because of it, man. It's butt hurting. All I gotta say is
tear down those chains.
People who bitch and moan. All they did for this episode when it came out was
bitching and moaning and bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching
and now
bitching
and now
bitching and bitching. Are you bitching?
And now that generation has started a hashtag take down the wall because they're offended by the wall now.
Well, guess what? Here's a message from someone that has and uses wall.
Know what's gonna happen? You just made the list!
No. They're offended by the list now. Okay. Yes, because they didn't. No. Yeah, it offends them. So now we have to get rid of the list.
They were offended. Okay, Game of Thrones. We could go on and on all day about this, about the butthurt generation. One thing about
here's my response.
One thing that didn't hurt my
response
butt.
right there. Tear down that.
Yes, tear down that. One thing that didn't offend me about this episode was I enjoyed it. Okay, now the chains, they pulled the dragon out, and the dragon's a White Walker dragon. Okay, this season so far. Okay, this Sunday's going to be the season final. And then we won't hear about Game of Thrones until next year, which will wrap up in this last season. This season so far has been pretty damn good. I've enjoyed the fact my favorite characters this season. Every season I've had favorite characters. My favorite character I really have enjoyed this season is the youngest sister, the assassin.
Yeah.
I love how she's been. I love the dynamics now since she's back at Winterfell.
Yep.
With her sister. She basically...
Her sister found the bag of masks and stuff, or the faces.
She basically told her, I could be anyone, anytime. I could even be you if you lie to me. So it kind of put her on, notice. It's like, you better watch yourself when you're around me. You better watch yourself when you talk to me. Or you basically... You're done.
Yep.
I'm going to take you out. Now,
basically, she's like, grow some balls, or get the fuck out.
Yeah. One thing that bothers me, well, let me get to that here in a second. Okay. Now, Sansa, she's tried to hold everything together, okay, which is good. Now, the dynamic relationship between Daenerys and Jon Snow, I love that because it's starting to build more trust of each other. Okay, this episode, she saw finally with her own eyes.
Finally,
there's more going on than trying to take over King's Landing. Mm-hmm. There's something else, which is a big threat, and she saw that because that big threat took out one of her babies, her children, which sucked, man. I hated it, though. But the story and character development, and I do like the fact that when she told Jon Snow, she's like, okay, she saw it, she believed it, she wants to go back and kill every one of them, which is awesome. The thing that bothers me, I mentioned this to you before, okay, How many times in the last 7 seasons did they mention that the White Walkers are coming, and what was the response from a lot of people?
Yeah,
they didn't believe it. Like Sam, what is it? The Masons?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they didn't believe? They don't believe this about the White Walkers. They're like, White Walkers don't exist. They're mythical. They existed long ago. But they died.
Well, they're here.
No one believes this shit. People's like, they gotta see it. It's like, why don't you take these people, gather them all up, throw them in a damn cart, I don't know, throw them on the back of the fucking dragon, take them north, drop their ass off in the middle like Jon Snow was and everybody, and there you go. You see the White Walkers now? You see them? Do you see them? Do you see him?
It's almost like the White Walkers were codenamed John Cena because no one could see.
Yeah, no one, everyone, what pisses me off is, I understand the story and everything and stuff though, but what gets me is, it's like they gotta see it, and to believe it. And if that's what it takes for them to stop the White Walkers, then so be it.
The C Nation.
Yeah, that's one little thing that does bother me though, but I don't want to sound like, it's disbelief. It's like they got to see it to believe it. Now, here's the thing we talked about. The Queen. This episode coming up on Sunday, everyone's going to meet. They're going to lay their cards out on the table. They're going to bring this White Walker out, okay? They're going to bring it out, and they're going to show the Queen's name.
Cersei.
Cersei. They're going to show her the White Walker, okay? she's going to be like, yeah, that's great. But she's so focused on taking out Daenerys and Jon Snow. It's like she's basically going to just push that aside and be like, yeah, that's great. All right, trial by combat. The Hound versus the Mountain.
Yeah, I wish.
Are you looking forward to seeing that?
Yeah, I am. If they're going to do it, everyone thinks they are. I don't think they're going to do it yet. I think remember Brienne of Tarth is supposed to go down there.
Yes.
So I think she's going to be fighting the Mountain first.
Apparently, you know, like the Game of Thrones script, they were leaked and everything. Apparently, from what sources say that's read the script, the final episode is going to leave you tear-jerking. And I kind of think that maybe Brianna may be getting it. I think the Mountain is going to crush her like Rusev crushes people's backs. Crush. What do you think? Maybe? Or is it too soon?
I think that what's her name? The other daughter in Winterfell. Not Arya, but
Sansa.
I think she's gonna end up going down there, and I think that the Queen's finally gonna get her hands on her and take her out.
That could happen. It could happen. My character deaths for the end of the season, it could be Sansa or Brianna. One of them.
But which one's going to give the most tear jerking, though?
I think who's more of a fan favorite? Do you think Sansa or Brianna? What about Jamie? Jamie? He can
that is
die.
true.
Yeah, he can die.
Yeah.
They, if you notice, they do a lot of foreshadowing. You ever notice the foreshadowing? Like when Jamie fell into the river, everyone thought he died. I did, but he didn't. And in the foreshadowing of the dragons almost dying, what happened? A dragon died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 characters, I believe. One of them is going to die. Sansa, Brianna, or Jamie. That's my pick. Who's your pick? You said Sansa?
Yeah, Sansa, Brienne, or Jamie. Yeah,
one of those guys.
Those 3, yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how this season ends and where, next season's going to go. Where do you think next season's going to go?
I think the wall's going to come down in the last episode.
Yes.
So the last season's going to be basically about the White Walkers starting to take over, the different kingdoms and the battles and stuff that are going to ensue.
Mm-hmm. I think that's going to happen. We're going to see the wall fall down at the end of the season, and the start of the next season is going to be the War of the White Walkers. I'll tell you what. I hope the White Walkers get the King's Landing, and I hope they the dragon, that's a White Walker dragon now. I hope it breathes ice, like we talked about.
That'd be cool.
I hope that dragon ices the queen, and then she just gets shattered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. That's just so beautiful. When that happens, it'd be...
What a rush!
Yep, that's definitely it. Well, Mcshaft, that's it on this podcast, man. We covered quite a bit. What do you think?
Well, I'm reading some theories here about what could possibly happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm seeing some pictures here, and I mean, it looks very, very interesting.
I bet it is. I definitely bet it is. I'll tell you what's really interesting is where you can listen to this podcast on. You can listen to this podcast on everettleeshow.libsyn.com. Be sure to head over there and listen to the latest podcast of ELS.
Do it!
That's right.
Oh,
do
there
it.
it is.
That's right.
There he
You
is.
better do it because you know why?
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because Shiloh Little Buff right there
Let's see it.
says you better do it right there. That's right. Stitcher Radio. ELS is on Stitcher Radio. Download that app for your smartphone and tablet. And Everett Lee's show is on iTunes.
Just do it!
That's right.
No! What are you waiting for? Do it!
That's right. You better do it.
Just do
He seemed a little angry.
That's right. Like Shiloh LaBeouf just said, head over to those right there. Libsyn, Stitcher, and iTunes. Get ELS. Support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/ELS_DT.
Take a shot of Patron.
That's right. That's right. Definitely take a shot of Patron. Anything else you want to add before we hit the outro?
Yes. What you saw in front of the eclipse was the International Space Station.
I'm not.
Tartar sauce goes good on flounder.
Well, this is what I think about your theory on the.
What's that?
Not that.
What's that? What are you thinking? What are you thinking up there above me, huh? What are you thinking up there? I see you up there. Well, your camera is above me.
Here, Mcshaft. There's my response.
Oh, that damn Yeti again. He letting the Yeti out. Watch out.
You said those were drones?
Huh?
Did you say those were drones?
Yeah, they are. They were, yeah.
You said those were drones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, here's your drones. Here they are. We have too much fun on ELS.
All you people listening to audio version, you got to check out the video version, too.
Yes, you do. It's going to be up on YouTube tomorrow. You can follow Everett Lee's show. Head over to everettleeshow.weebly.com, the official website of the Everett Lee Show. Facebook.com/the Everett Lee. Stop out there, click that like button, hit the. You can hit notifications, and whenever a post comes up on Facebook on a page, it will come up like notification, like on Twitter or a YouTube video.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got to click. You got to check that out. Everett Lee's on Twitter. Follow me at the Everett _ Lee.
Tweeting on Twitter.
Tweeting on Twitter.
Twitter.
And the outro music is playing. That's right. We are done for this podcast. Be sure to check us out next week. Who knows what we'll be talking about? Who knows where we'll be going? And no one knows where we have been.
I want to talk about the International Space Station next time.
No!
About E.T., the extra testicle.
I'm Everett Lee.
I am Mcshaft.
And I'm out of here. We are out of here.
We are out.
We'll see you next week.
Next week.